All right, we should be live. As usual, I'm going to make sure I don't have any tech issue shenanigans going on. So I'm just going to start that, double check, can I hear? So I'm going to just do this. Can we hear myself? I can. Very good. All right, let's quickly turn that sound off then, just to make sure we don't get some cheeky recurring noise. And that is us ready to rock and roll. Welcome, welcome to the 6th sprint review. Should be exciting because this time I've got one hell of a sprint goal achievement for you. So we are at the fated hour. Let's give people a moment to join in, see if they've got the chance, and then we'll rock and roll from there. Sounds good to me. Okay. I maybe do something like this. Oh, that would be good, wouldn't it? Here we go. Isn't that neat? That way, if you're writing to me, you can see it too. You can see if I'm noticing it or not, and I can make sure that any part of this here window is in fact visible as well. Look at us go. Last minute tweaks. Very professional. 10 out of 10. Cool. So, give it one more minute. Just gonna turn down this a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I thank you very much. Package delivery. My favorite kind. Alright. Alright, well, in the interest of time, going once, going twice, sold to the highest bidder. Let us crack on with the sprint review. So, as usual, let me take you through the mural very, very quickly. So, welcome to my Scrum experiment, where I am using Scrum for my own work in my business to try and get out of a bit of a creative slump due to mental health over the last 2 years from the pandemic. It's been going since November now, and so far it seems to be working. In fact, it's working so well, chances are this experiment will turn into just how I continue doing my work going forward. But we'll see the results at the end of it, which is the end of March is when the experiment formally ends, and we'll see if we're going to crack on with it just as a way of working going forward. So what are we doing all this for? Well, I set myself a little product goal. I was thinking, what is it I want to achieve? What's a large milestone I want to achieve? And for those who don't know me, I am a trainer with Scrum.org. I run my own business. I deliver some Scrum Mastering coaching and consulting here and there as needed, and have since taken a small hiatus from the coaching and consulting because I found that doing that remotely full-time wasn't really my thing. But the training I have loved, and therefore I've kept doing it. Now, I have been very fortunate in that people seem to enjoy the work I deliver, so I've had work through others and delivering on their behalf for their businesses, but I've never actually run my own public course via my own business. So I figured, what is a good goal? Well, I want to run my own first public course. And to do that, I of course need to build a presence, marketing. So that is what the product goal is all about. My first own public course run enabled by, I believe, 10,000 or more views on my blogs and videos. And a course running requires at least 4 or more paying students. And as you can see, I am all of 6% and a bit on my way to that product goal after 6 sprints. It's not as far as I was hoping. Don't get me wrong. I was hoping to be, 60%. That would have been great because I was planning on doing that 10 sprints. But it does seem to be curving up because this last jump was from 3% to 6%. So there's a large jump in the last sprint. So hopefully that is a sign of good things to come. As for running our first course, we are on track. It's looking promising. This next week will be the real make or break, where we're going to see if it's going to go ahead. That's what I'm hoping. Other than that, the sprint then. What have we been trying to do? What did I think was going to get me closer to that product goal for this sprint? Well, the sprint goal was to focus on my communication material being scheduled on LinkedIn through to sprint 8. because I'm taking a little bit of time off and I've got three trainings, hopefully coming up in sprint 8, which means I'm only going to have like 3 actual working days. So I need to make sure I prep as much material as I can before that happens. And I believe that would provide practical material to my network that they could use to continue their work, right, and succeed in what they're trying to pursue. That was the idea. And that would then be confirmed by seeing 3 times or more than 3 times more views on the scheduled trainings on my website, which would enable that professional Scrum product owner course to run, which is the one that's coming up soon. And the results are, drumroll please, half as good as the last sprint's views. All right, didn't go at all to plan. I'll talk about why that is. I was hoping to get an average 8.4. That would have been 3 times the average I was getting before, and the actual ended up being 1.15. Big difference. Big difference. Okay. How come? Well, of course, I can't know for sure. But the main thing, I believe, is, let me see if I can find... Oh, no, I was too fast on the trigger there. I have a communication schedule, and it had about 3 things a week to get out the door, which I felt that was achievable. Some of them are easier, some of them are less easy, require a little bit of work to create. And the reason the sprint was tricky is because I was delivering 2 courses, of which one I needed to create all the material from ground up in preparation for. And they were also back to back. And what ended up happening was I delivered both of them successfully, both clients happy, very good. However, my body and mind absolutely shattered. So instead of 3 days of work, well, actually with prep about 4 or 5 days of work, I ended up being completely out of it for almost 8 days. Of which, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 working days. So I had about 1 working day where my brain was actually cooperating as well, where I was able to get stuff done. So what I decided to do, I started working on a piece of work and I realized I was never going to be able to get that done in time. So I decided to do a short video instead. I pivoted to deliver this one, which was supposed to happen on the Monday, but I figured I'd need to get something out to make sure that I'm actually present on the internet. So I recorded this video, quickly edited it. I'm happy to say that I'm getting faster on the editing. Otherwise, this would have taken me 2 or 3 days to create instead of half a day. And I got it out there. Now, what is cool is you can see here, it's doing pretty well. 196 views so far, 4 comments. Everyone seems to be liking it. That's always nice. And I actually got my first referral to the website by YouTube. I've posted a few things so far. I've got 500 something views in total, which is nice. I'm happy with that from YouTube. But this is the first time someone's clicked one of the links in my descriptions to take them from YouTube to my website. So that it shows to me seems to be working. There's something there, right? Now, hopefully one day, one of these views from YouTube will in fact also translate to a sale. That would be ideal. But hey, even if they get value from just the content on there, I'm still happy. That's the purpose of the website for the most part. Other than that, nothing else got done. A lot of things were progressed, but nothing else got done. And as is the rule, we're not going to talk about what wasn't done. However, you've seen the teasers in the description, and they will continue to be worked on in the future. I still believe they are valuable, but we need to look ahead and see what's coming up next. So, what's coming up next is as much as Sprint 7. Now, Sprint 7 starts off with me doing a planning at the end of the day today. And then I'm actually on holiday for 2 days. So I've got a nice long weekend, 16th to 19th, because it's my dearest wife's birthday. We're going to take that time off and just have a good time together. Then I'm delivering training straight after that for 2 days. Then I've got my 3 working days of the sprint, that Wednesday through to Friday. And then the week after that, I am training that whole week, which should be fun. And they are half-day training, so I'm going to end the sprint on the Thursday morning, because it's a Thursday afternoon training. And then same thing, I will start the planning on the Friday morning, and then continue the training. So it's going to be intense. It's going to be very intense. I've got 3 whole days. Now, I'm learning more about myself as I do this. One, I am still, as I always have been in my life, a hopeless time optimist. I always think things are going to be faster than they really are. So I keep overpromising, under-delivering to my dearest stakeholders, i.e. yourselves watching this, when it comes to the things I pull into the sprint backlog. However, we have hit 2 of the 6 sprint goals, so I am happy about that. But I would like to also get a few more releases out. If we look at the metrics, we can see here, training schedule has gone down, but that's because I've completed 2 of them. Confirmed trainings, that's only down 1 because I've had another one confirmed since, which is nice, so 3 confirmed. Cycle time is going down. I am completing things faster. Still releasing 1 thing per sprint on average. I'm hoping I can start pumping that up to 2 per sprint, but that is me being optimist. Maybe 1 per sprint is what I'm going to get. And then views in general seems to be going up. Site views went down a little bit. Engagement went down a little bit, but you know, if I was planning on posting 6 times this sprint and I posted twice, that's understandable. And in fact, it seems that the per post engagement and views is going up, which is, you know, a positive thing. So I need to work on that consistency, maybe even start looking into how I can get support on that. Maybe I do need to I need to bite that bullet and just say, hey, you know what, this is a bit too much work for me alone to do. Maybe I need to find someone who can help me out with it. Maybe we'll see what we can do. Views and product stayed about the same, but because this is a longer sprint, it's still gone down. And views on content up by a lot. From primarily YouTube. YouTube got a lot of views this sprint, which is very nice to see. And it does seem like those views are starting to translate into views on the website. So hopefully if we can keep that ball rolling, keep that passive YouTube thing trucking on in the background, we should be getting some good results. And then that's about it. What have we got coming up in the product backlog? Now that we know how much time we've got about 3 days of effective work coming up. Well, I believe this one, for sure, I will be able to deliver next sprint. This one is something I want to get done. And I do have this one kind of in the bag. This one's more or less ready to rock and roll. I just need to clean it up and make it more easily shareable. And then that's really it. But on the whole, I think my definition of done, I'm liking it. I believe the quality I'm getting out is good. I just need to make sure I can actually get more consistent marketing out there and be honest with myself how much brain power I have after a training, when there's a training in a sprint, and of course, how long it actually takes me to get something done. You know, I still woefully underestimate the sheer amount of effort that goes into the work behind these things. This video was nice. You know, it's a 60-second video. I even wrote a script, which was probably half the time, to be honest. And actually, I ended up not using it. I'm finding bullet points work better for me rather than strict scripts, because I get too caught up in saying it and pronouncing it and my pattern of speech, and then I have to then cut that up into little pieces and do a lot of cleaning up between those edits and misphrases, and actually that is a lot of editing time. So I need to change my approach to how I do recording. Similar with visualizations and the kind of visuals I'm doing. I'm getting faster at using the tools. I've never really, well, correction, I have never done digital drawing before. It's not my ballpark. I'm enjoying it, but I'm not fast. I'm not good at it yet. But it's getting there. It is speeding up. I'm learning tips and tricks and finding shortcuts. And the same is true for blog posts. I've not really been a blog post writer. It takes me a long time to get through it. But we're getting there. We're getting there. So practice makes better. We're getting better. It's only been 6 sprints. I'm not entirely unhappy with our results so far. But with that in mind, we've not got anyone in the chat right now. So, as before, I'm going to say, if there's anything you've seen so far that you like, you don't like, that you'd like to see different, let me know in the comments. Or give me a shout on LinkedIn or on the website. You do have, of course, this wonderful little idea box area where you can leave your suggestions, you just use the link from the website or in the description on the YouTube video, and it'll take you here and you can use it. And I believe that's it. Oh wait, no. There's actually one thing. I did in fact get a request from a viewer. It is the magnificent Peter Shibley, a wonderful, wonderful coach who requested I make a video. So we're going to make it yellow for a video, and he wanted a Kanban in 60 seconds or less. So that's going on the backlog. Peter Shibley. Writing it here. And I think it's going to be pretty high up. I'm thinking higher than bring it to the team. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. We'll put it here. In fact, I'm going to move this one down as well. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. This one's an easy win. I think so. I think this is what we're going to do. I think we're going to have these two, then this one, and this one. All right. And then we're going to see what we can do. Yeah. Yep. Cool. All right. Well, next up is sprint planning. So if you want to see my planning, I will continue another live stream for that, so that there are separate videos on the YouTube channel for those who want to watch. And other than that, we're going to crack on. Thank you so much for watching. If you do give me any input or feedback, I'll very much appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you at the next sprint review. You take care.